Hey guys, MrPokke here, back with another video, and today we're gonna be doing a very interesting and special stream today, or rather a special episode on YouTube today. And I have noticed that this has not been done in the entirety of YouTube, and for some reason I just don't know why. Basically, what we are gonna do is fuck the theory crafts, fuck the sheets, the math. I will show you exactly how a unit perform at their respective Eidolons using actual comparisons from E0 S0 all the way to E6 S5. So the content for today is we're going to be testing out Dr.Ratio E0 S0 and then Dr.Ratio E0 S1, and after equipping him with E0 S1, it's going to be E1 S1, E2 S1, E3 E4 E5 E6 S1, and then finally we'll wrap it up with an E6 S5, right? So every single point, it will be recorded. We'll be testing his skills, we'll be testing his ultimate damage, and we'll be testing his follow-up damage, right? After testing out all these different damages, we're gonna sum up the very nice little chart for the summary in order for you guys to enjoy. And of course, this entire time, we will be running the exact same team comp. To keep this video relevant to my YouTube frogs over here, we are gonna be running Dr.Ratio with Tingyun, Pella, and Huo, which is, I believe, this is the most free-to-play accessible comp, right? So without further ado, let's get into today's content. Subscribe! So we are now back after the summoning session for Dr.Ratio, and right now this is gonna be our first testing. But before we do our first testing, these are gonna be the perimeters for our test, right? We are gonna be using the exact same team comp, which is Pella, Tingyun, and Lynx. They are all at E6. I didn't want to use any of the 5-star units to make it as free-play friendly as possible. And then for our gears, it's basically some very standard gears, right? We have a little bit of speed, a little bit of HP, a little bit of speed, a little bit of HP and attack for Tingyun, a little bit of speed and effect rest. All of them are at 30%, more than 30% effect rest for broken kill to trigger. Then the light cones for Pella is going to be resolution, light cones for Tingyun is going to be dance, and the light cones for Lynx is going to be a Bailu S1 light cone, because unfortunately I don't really have any other available light cones to use. And then the only thing that we will change is gonna be Veritas Ratio. His gear is gonna remain exactly the same, right? These are the stats for Veritas Ratio right now. We have 79.5% crit rate, 178.3% crit damage, as well as 34. I'm not sure why we have 34.1 effect rate, but it is what it is. As well as 38.8% imaginary damage boost. The very first test that we're gonna be doing, which is an E0 S0 Dr.Ratio, is going to be using the S5 cruising in the Stellar Sea to show you guys essentially the benchmark for a free-to-play Dr.Ratio and how they will perform in Memory of Chaos floor 12, right? So yeah, let's just get into our very first test. The sequence is gonna be exactly the same. This, and we start. Okay? Cool. We're gonna instantly open with a Tingyun ultimate. Skill. Pella is gonna go ahead and do this. Lynx will just auto attack. Alright, we are just gonna use Pella's debuff right now and see where Dr.Ratio is at after receiving Tingyun and Pella's buff, right? So we're gonna be doing this exact same rotation every single time, right? And this is the beauty of the test, because we can very easily figure out the numbers, right? So immediately we're gonna cast our skill, and this skill is gonna result in a follow-up attack, and then it's gonna result in an ultimate. So instantly we will get the 3 criteria that we're testing: skill, follow-up attack, as well as ultimate. First of all, our skill. I'm gonna play everything in normal speed. E0 S0 Dr.Ratio's full combo. And here it is. Right, that's 36,850. 68,053. We'll hit 1 ultimate, so this will cast an imaginary break. And with the imaginary break, we will deal 66,102. And now this is the enhanced follow-up attack, which will now deal 75,614. So that is kind of his full combo with the same exact team comp, same exact buffs. Here's his full combo: 36,872, 79,292. So his enhanced follow-up attack. So not enhanced follow-up attack. He's just not critting, guys. He's just not critting. Okay, at least this crits. Crit! Crit! Fantastic. So as I was saying, E0 S1 Dr. Ratio, you can see we can very easily take out the general right now using the exact same setup. No additional buffs, no additional changes in stats, simply from a change of the signature light code, right? So without further ado, this is the full combo. Okay, so that is pretty decent, I think. Let's slow this down. Ultimate. 90,000. Very nice. Now let's see how much this enhanced follow-up does. Because remember, our enhanced follow-up, it was 110,000 with E0 S1. So basically an increase by 10,000, which honestly is a very marginal increase, extremely marginal increase. So at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say, Dr. Ratio, you guys are thinking of whether you go for E1 Dr. Ratio or S1 Dr. Ratio, the answer is clear as day, right? You definitely go for the S1. That's a very considerable increase, actually. I believe that was... Yeah, it's quite a bit. It is quite a bit. Ultimate. Ultimate increase is kind of meh. The most important increase in damage would be his enhanced follow-up attack, right? The rest of the stuff is not super important. So pay close attention to the enhanced follow-up attack, right? So remember, E0, S0, 70,000. E0 S1 110,000, E1 S1 120,000, which is only 10,000 damage increase. Now this is E2 S1. Okay, another 20,000 increase from E1. Maybe with the ultimate we can kill without the teaming buff. Okay. Wow, insane. The ultimate damage increased by... I don't know what was the increase. Okay, the increase was basically equivalent to a Team Win auto attack. The E3's damage increase is equivalent to a Team Win auto attack. Alright, cool. We'll just hit it one time. Let me just see how much energy do we actually get back. Okay, from this I think we can see that Dr. Ratio, after unlocking his Eidolon 4, can basically treat an ultimate very comfortably. Without unlocking the Eidolon 4, his rotation for his ultimate is 4 turns. Without energy regeneration, without getting hit, without getting kills. So basically unlock his E4, you want to cast a treat an ultimate. Yep. Alright. E5. 50. Okay, after the inclusion of E5, our follow-up attack, like our normal follow-up attack, actually is hitting for 110,000, which is equivalent to our E0 S1's enhanced follow-up attack. So it's something interesting to take note of. Now I want to see how much damage is his enhanced follow-up attack, because this should be pretty ridiculous. There's a very considerable damage increase. Okay. 131. So basically increase E5 S1, normal follow-up was 110. E6 S1, normal follow-up is now 130. Now let me just ultimate this dude. I want to see a benchmark first. So this is the enhanced follow-up damage on a weakness broken enemy. 171. Honestly, not an insane amount of damage increase. It's honestly not that insane. The main point is this. I think generally his E6 really only sees use against boss targets. You will never take more than 2 enhanced follow-up attacks to kill an elite, and you'll definitely never take more than 1 enhanced follow-up attack to kill a mob, right? So the real use for Dr.Ratio's E6 is basically against boss targets. So yeah, something for players to consider. And now for our S5. That definitely took us only 40 summons because we managed to one-tap all of these. Through heaven and earth, he is ubiquitous. Increased crit damage by 32%, and more crit damage, and more damage, and 40% defense ignore, guys. I feel that his S5 has more practical usage than his E6. I'm not even gonna lie. Because at least this 40% defense ignore, you apply to all your follow-ups. You don't have to rely on only your ultimate. I unironically think that this S5 is even crazier than his E6. Let's find out, right? Let's find out. I mean, we can just run E6. We can just run a Hue, right? Because the mind control is the annoying thing. I guess, in conclusion, without a shadow of a doubt, I believe that Dr.Ratio's signature light cone at S1 has the absolute highest value out of any of his shit, right? Out of S1, S5, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E6. Out of everything, Dr.Ratio's light cone is truly built different, for lack of better word. It is the highest damage increase, and main reason is simply because we don't have a very close substitute, not because his light cone is insanely broken, but it's more so we really just don't have a good substitute, right? Sword play is S, because all of his shit is single time. Cruising and Stellar is kind of mid, right? He doesn't really buff his follow-up attack, there's no defense reduction, so by process of elimination and the lack of substitutes, his light cone just really provides players a lot of value. So my conclusion is, if you don't want to pull for his signature light cone, it's completely fine, because E0 S0 Dr.Ratio can still clear endgame content. It is just that if you want to have I guess more mileage, more bang for your buck, all right, maybe adapt to future more difficult content a little bit more, then players might want to consider pulling on the signature light cone, because number one, we do get Dr.Ratio for free, so especially the new players, free-to-play players, low spenders, you're probably going to be using him for a very long time, especially if you just start out playing the game. And number two, light cones in this game, they are not 50-50. They are 75-25, as well as having taking less to reach the PD, right? So I wouldn't say it's a guarantee, but you have a good chance of actually securing Dr.Ratio's light cone to truly make him a head above the rest. Is what I would say, right? So before we wrap up today's content, I'll do one more full run, an E6 S5 Dr.Ratio, running a similar team comp with Ting Yun and Pella, but now we're going to be running Hue, just to prevent anybody from getting crowd control, right? So yeah. This. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh my god, why are they all hitting Dr.Ratio? That's crazy. Okay. Very clean. Very clean. I'll heal. This probably kills. Very nice. We're gonna instantly cast our ultimate. Ting is just gonna... Oh, we cast Huenhuen's ultimate first. For the buff. We pop one. I mean, you got a crit, right? Right, you got a crit, right? You got a crit at least, right? That's better. God damn! I think Kafka is dead before she even moves, guys. Holy shit! I think she's dead before she even moves. I guess we didn't even need Hui Hui because she's dead. The entire time we got hit one time by this general. We didn't even need... Oh my goodness. And with that, we have come to the end of today's content. Our first ever Eidolon comparison featuring Dr.Ratio, where we went through his Eidolon 0 all the way to Eidolon 6 and Signature Light Cone all the way to S5. Bottom line, I believe that his Signature Light Cone 1 has the best value out of everything. If you guys really want to get his Eidolon 6, feel free, go ahead. It is an excellent unit at Eidolon 6, as you guys can see from the footage just now, right? So if you guys want to engage in further discussion, hop on over to Pokke's Village, where we have a very active community talking about Honkai Star Rail on a daily basis. And if you guys want to check out my stream, like over here, that's gonna be at twitch.tv/MrPokke. I'm streaming very frequently. Schedule will be updated on Discord, right? So with that, we've come to the end of today's content, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.